Or this guy in court, your court case, you keep saying Stetson?
Stivers.
Who the hell's Stivers?
Stivers is not only the attorney that the Frost hired, he's also a Kentucky congressman. Okay, so he has a lot of power. He could call over to Corbin and get my shit shut down, which he did. He called up to London and got my food stamps shut off. I got them turned back on, but that's not the point. And, you know, so he's a Kentucky congressman. He has a lot of power. If he calls somebody and says, do this, they do it. And that's very dangerous for me because, you know, he can put the squeeze on me, man, you know, by simply denying me what rightfully belongs to me. So, I mean, you know, but you know, he has a lot of power. He's a Kentucky congressman. He has a lot of power. He can, you know, call people. Yeah, man, don't give him his disability. Don't give him his SSI. Don't give him his VA. And they'll listen. They'll absolutely listen.
One thing you gotta understand, when it comes to all the stuff that was in your place, the war bonds, the cash and all that stuff, one reason that your mom had that stuff in her house is because she was, you could call it tax evasion, you can call it whatever, but what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If she was trying to hide it for whatever reason, didn't want to liquidate it and put it into the bank account, that's fine. Okay. But if it goes poof, it goes poof. You have to
understand the situation. My mother survived the Great Depression.
I understand that.
She literally watched the banks steal billions of dollars from people. She literally watched people jump out of burning building or out of second and third story windows and to their death. Okay, she saw that live. She lived it. And so obviously her trepidation about banks had her put $5 million in this closet, had her to put all of her legal documents back here in a filing cabinet. Okay, because she was afraid that the banks would pull this stunt again. And my mom lived this, okay? She lived through this. That's why she had $5 million in that closet.
But you got to admit, it's gone because there's no way you could track that.
The point is, I don't need to track shit. What I need is to get it back. I've still got the mason jars in the barn where the money was kept in. Okay, Millie come out and wanted the mason jars. I said, nothing doing.
Because it's got fingerprints on it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And DNA.
Exactly. But it doesn't even matter. I mean, because, you know, the bank records will show how much she had in the bank, which was $4.3 million. Well, Jeevon, how do you know? Because I was managing my mother's affairs. I was managing her bank account before the Frost threw a monkey wrench in it. I know how much she had $4.3 million in the bank.
In her well, there'd be a trail now, wouldn't it?
In her checking and savings. Well, see, that's where Stivers comes in because he erases all those documents. I called over to Clay M's office. Oh, we can't find your divorce documents. We can't find where you filed for child support.
Do you have any paper statements that says $5 million on it?
I don't need it.
Do you have them? Do you have statements?
I don't need those documents. I don't.
But no, do you have bank statements that they send in the mail that says $5 million on it?
No, but what I do have is witnesses. And I will submit those witnesses to a court of law if they try to say that she didn't have $5 million in that bank account. Plus, I've got Larry on video admitting that there was $5 million in that closet. I've got him on video admitting that shit. So, yeah, there was $5 million in that closet. There was $4.3 million in her bank account. There was all kinds of war bonds, certificates of deposit. Anyway, there was tons of documents. I still didn't get copies of the current insurance policies. They gave me some old copies, but they haven't given me the current ones.
Now, let me ask you something.
They still haven't given me the title deed to my truck. I had to file for lost title just to put tags on my truck. They've still got the title deed to my truck.
Now, let me ask you this. $5 million in cash would be big. I mean, not as big as you think, but it probably, we're talking, would cover up this wall here.
No, it wouldn't, because it was in $1,000 bills. It was in $1,000 bills rolled up in the mason jars and put in the closet. And like I said, they tried to pawn this off on some woman named Joni. The problem is that Joni was long gone when I told Mom to put the money in the bank.
Now, let me ask you this. So the cash wasn't it was in mason jars, but not in a safe?
Correct. Well, she had money back there in the safe back there too, but I don't know. I don't remember how much.
Your mom was not a dumb person. You're not a dumb person, right? So
Correct.
why wouldn't you say there could easily be a house fire and that it'd be gone, like $5 million? Like that makes no sense to me. Like, what wouldn't you say? We should at least put it in a fireproof
I
safe.
tried, like I said, I went to my mom numerous times. Put it in the bank. Put it in the bank. No, I can't.
Or even a fireproof safe.
Well, like I said, she had a fireproof safe back there. She had some money in that. I don't know how much, but she had some money in there.
And money actually deteriorates. Even a mason jar, it could deteriorate.
Well, it was good enough for him to steal now, wasn't it?
Huh.
So, I mean, so apparently it was good enough to steal.
Well,
And here's the kicker, though. When they took that $5 million out of that closet and they put it in their bank, they only got face value. The bank's only going to give you face value. Each one of them bills in that mason jar was worth $10,000 to $20,000 a piece. So they didn't take $5 million out of that closet. They took $50 million out of the
Wait a second. You're saying the $1,000 bills were worth $20,000?
Google it right now. I dare you. Google it right now.
No, you're saying that the $1,000.
If you don't, I will. If you don't, I will.
No, I know what you're saying.
Right fucking now.
No, I know what you're saying. You're saying as a current.
Listen to me. Each one of them $1,000 bills is worth $10,000 to $20,000 a piece. But
as a collectible.
But if you take it to a bank,
it'll be only $1,000.
They'll only give you $1,000.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. You're talking about current, like notes, like a collectible note. You're saying it went up in value because it's rare. $1,000 bill was actually worth $20,000. That's probably if it's pristine condition, though. It's probably not.
Well, what do you think condition those were in? They weren't dilapidated. They weren't deteriorated.
Well, they're rolled up in mason jars.
Condition.
Okay.
They were in prime condition. There was nothing wrong with them bills. But I'm telling you, if you don't Google it, I will.
No, I believe you.
Them damn bills is worth $10,000 to $20,000. So they didn't steal $5 million out of that closet. They stole a minimum of $50 million out of the closet. Minimum. And so, the 32 million that I estimated, I did that out of courtesy. I didn't include how much those bills out of the closet were worth. I could have. That would have bumped it up to 75 million. But
so if your mom took your advice though and she put it in the bank, she would have lost money because they would only give you face value for it.
At the time, I didn't know. At the time, I was a bit naive on that, admittedly. But obviously, when things happen, you learn shit. I'm learning as I go. Quite a bit of things actually. And the Frosts have to give me back my shit. They have to. It was taken illegally.
You're saying that this Steffer guy, this Stivers. So he's in cahoots. Who actually just wiped out the computer that state, and you had several $1 million.
He's the only one with that kind of power.
Right. Okay. But
if Frost called Clay M's office and says, "Yeah, delete all of Vaughn's documents," they're going to laugh at him and hang up the phone.
But here's my point. So if it's deleted, you have no proof that your mom had those war bonds. You say you have witnesses.
I do.
But there needs to be more proof than that.
No, it isn't. All I got to do is start ferrying in witnesses. I got the entire staff of Center Haven Nursing Home, the entire staff of Helton's Nursing Home. I've got the state of Ohio that confirms the World War II war bonds. I don't need anything else. If they want to try and claim those bonds don't exist, plus I got the lock boxes back there that were busted open that contained the World War II war bonds. I got the jewelry box back there that contained $200,000 worth of Victorian jewelry. That's why I took pictures of them and submitted them to court. I've got proof. I've got a busted gun cabinet back there where they stole the mom's guns. I've got tons of proof. Stivers has no proof.
Here's the thing.
Stivers, their attorney, has zero proof of anything. He has no proof of nothing. None.
The burden of proof is on you, though.
I've already proven it. I've got video. I've got witnesses. I've got everything.
That's a
legal document, man.
Let's say everything that you're saying pans out for you. You prove to the judge that he stole $30 million. Okay. Now would come to where the money would have to be recovered. I would tell you that with someone that has a lot of relatives, kids, whatever, what's going to happen is that money would be divvied up and go to who knows where, and you might get maybe 20,000 out of that 30 some million. Okay.
Where you? Whoa, hold on. I am the sole proprietor of the estate.
I'm saying the money's gone. I'm saying the money's gone.
Listen to me. I don't care where the money went. The money has to go back to the estate.
That's the point. The money's, but there's no money to go back to the state.
The Cookie Months ate the goddamn money. They stole the fucking money. And
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Let's say they put Larry in jail because the money's gone. Okay, so let's say that he's criminally responsible. He stole the money, but it's kind of like Michael Vick. All of a sudden, he had all these millions, and they go back after the money after the dogs were beaten, and there's no money. So, but let's be realistic. Now, Vaughn, you said earlier that no, the government of Kentucky would have to pay you, and then Larry would be responsible to cut it. That's never happened in the history of government. The government's not going to pay you for his debt.
Well,
the government doesn't do that.
Wait a minute. Where did I get it from then? I pull it out of my ass? Where did I get it from?
I've never heard a situation in the United States, and John, you could confirm this to me. There's the state or a state or the federal government.
That's how it's always done. That's how it's always been done.
No.
Do you really believe that if somebody ripped off Donald Trump, they wouldn't have to pay it all back? Of course they would.
Only situation would be the federal, like if the federal government, if a bank went bankrupt, for example, you're insured up to $250,000. You're not insured, Vaughn, up to anything. That if that money's gone, it's gone. Now they might see that he's got assets, and they might liquidate them. That's a possibility. You're saying if he has boats and trucks and all that stuff, there'd be a money trail, right?
Right.
So it is possible it could be recovered. But let's say those war bonds, he just gave them out. You'll never see those light of day of those again.
Well, maybe not. But I'm still going to get my money back because he took them. See, what you don't understand is that those documents were registered in the state of Ohio. All I got to do is go to any courtroom in the state of Ohio, and I can pull up those documents proving that my mom had those World War II war bonds. Let them go into court and commit perjury. I would love for them to. I would love for Stivers to go into that courtroom and say the war bonds didn't exist, because then I'll just get the documents from Ohio that prove they did exist.
Look,
and that'll be the end of that shit right there.
Look, I can go in my drawer here and find a case that actually held a gold bar. Now it's empty. That gold bar is gone, right? And I could say, look, there's gold in that.
Wait, okay, hold on, stop. Let's stop right there. You're telling me that people can steal from other people and get away with it?
No, not unless if it's proven they can't. But you got to prove it. Like have you ever filed a police report?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good.
When they stole the guns out of my house, I filed I called.
How about the war bonds? Did you file a police report on the war bonds?
Didn't have to.
Yes, you do. You need to do that. Do it now.
Doing it now is too late.
All right, do it tomorrow then.
But here's the thing: you keep thinking that they're going to be allowed to get away with this. No, they're not.
Yes.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they are not. Read my lips. No, they are not.
You think
the
gods
will going to get away? They are not going to get away with killing my father, my mother, driving my wife insane, stealing my kids, and stealing all of my goddamn inheritance. No, they're not going to get away with it. No, they're not.
Are the gods going to take care of it?
Well, the gods are going to, I guess, put me in another court. And once I get into another court, see, that's the thing. I get my ass out of Clay County and get to another court somewhere. They'll hear my case immediately, and that'll be the end of that.
Do you think it's possible the gods are going to communicate to you? They told you to hold back, that they got it taken care of. Do you think it's possible that the gods are going to be like, Vaughn, you go get him, buddy. Our hands are off. It's you now. Do you think that's possible?
Will it ever get to that place? I don't know.